All right, we're here. We're at the final assignment. So I'm going to talk you through each of these steps and demo them. You're going to start by making a copy of your slides deck. Now, I have a slides deck you haven't seen before. I wanted to show you something cool to wrap up with. So here is our notebook template. So I'm going to say File, and I want to make a copy of this entire presentation. Okay, now in order to make my life easy, I'm first going to delete all this. Actually, no, I'm going to keep it because I want to save this for myself. So I'll say make a copy of my entire presentation and I'm going to call it Notebook TCSD Notebook Template or Amy's Notebook Template. Okay, so that just accidentally hit. So here's my Amy's Notebook. Okay, that works. I don't need to say template with it. So now I have made a copy. I am going to close out the other one. The other one is mine. This copy is going to be something you can use over and over again with no specific details in it. Now, I want you to notice something. First, if you were doing this on your own, I would have you go to the next step, which is delete all the slides. Every single slide in there because presumably you filled out some specific information about those slides. However, I already have a blank slides deck, so I'm not going to delete any slides. I'm going to demo the very last one for you. So if I go to my slide, I want you to see the theme. I have a cover sheet. I have a table of contents page, and then we've got the 4 headers for those. Then I'll have the next 4 headers and I have my last table of contents page. I just built these kind of out of order, which is okay. I also have a blank piece of notebook paper in case there's more than one piece of paper for the theme. Because this is not built out for a particular unit, it's just a skeleton to be made for any unit. So now the one page that I don't have built, and I'll move this over to the other side. I would like to do that. There we go. Is the last page of the second set of content. So it's this teal color, has not been built out. So when I say delete every page, this is what I'm talking about. There is no page 11 that's teal. So we're going to put it in. So I'm going to go back over into the slides view. I'm no longer in the theme view. And I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. Although I can move slides, why not start right where I am? And I will say slide, and I'll say new slide. Okay, now it will default on the layout that I currently have. But you remember, I wanted that teal slides deck because if I go, or that teal page, because if I go up here, I already have green. I'm looking for teal. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to choose it. And I'm going to say slide, and I want to apply layout. Now I can select from all the layouts I have, and I'm going to choose teal. Now, notice that the other ones all have 7, Unit 7, 6, Unit 6, etc. What this really has here is placeholder text. However, sometimes it's nice to see what it could look like. So this is totally optional. If you've been to those free theme sites or paid theme sites where that freemium model exists, you'll notice that they actually have things here and it will instruct you to change it. So I'm going to say, oh, okay, so this is Unit 8 and I'll just say 8 Unit 8. Okay. In the theme level, this is already linked back to content, so I don't need to worry about that. But I do not have a way to get to Unit 8 right now because that page didn't exist before. So I will go back up to this page where I already have a clear box. I just don't have it linked to the page. So if I click that, I would select the link and I want it to be slides in this presentation. So I need to do slide 8, I believe. It's actually slide 11. The way my computer is, I can't see everything because I'm not on a larger monitor. So you might find that you have to use that search. And I'll just say, I want to go slide 11, which is Unit 8. And I can go down and I can see. Now let's just check and see what this looks like. I've put nothing in this slideshow. It's simply a skeleton to put more information for myself. So I'm going to choose slideshow. And I'll just go ahead and start where I am. Here I am, Unit 5. There's nothing there, and I go back to contents. Now this takes me back to Unit 5. Unit 6, back to contents. Unit 7, back to contents, and so on. So I definitely see a problem, which I'll need to do a little bit more work after the fact here. So the nice thing is you can also get back to your slides here. So if you make a mistake with your slides and you've messed something up and your kids are lost, you can always say, okay, don't worry, do this. And that would take me back. So here we go, table of contents. Watch how this is going to link out to unit 1 and go back. Unit 2, back. Unit 3, back. And unit 4, I think I have an error. So I need to go back to my first one. And I think if I click unit 4, that took me to the wrong place. So that's really good. You want to check your links. I'm going to go to unit 4 and I'm going to say, oh, I don't actually have a box here. So I need to make one. So I will say that I need to put a shape there, make it clear, probably not overriding unit 3. That would be nice. And then make it clear, make it have no outline, and then link. And you wanted that to go to, if I go over here, I wanted to go to slide 7. So I could say slide 7, and that's 4. Okay, so now I have it. So now it might be wise for me to have a home button. Okay, so that's where I could go back to the slide and I could say edit themes. And I could at the top of each of these put an arrow and insert home. So that's a little bit more work at this time that I want to do, but I would suggest maybe putting it in the left hand side or in the top and then linking it always back to that front page. So that is something you can do. It's just that I'm not going to do it now as part of my demo. So now I'll go back over and it says create a page for each of the theme pages you have. So we've done that. I only showed you one. Set your sharing settings to anyone with the link can view. So let's go back. Right now, it is set that way. Actually, it's not set that way. It's set for Gail Brisson and me to be able to see it. So I want to change this and I want to say anyone with the link. Okay, anyone with the link is a viewer. They could have been a commenter or editor. I want them just to be a viewer. And I'll say done. Okay, now the very last step for saving your theme and or sharing it with someone else will be to change the word edit to copy in the URL. So if I go back right up here at the top, so if I'll go to the front and I would say edit, grab that whole thing, and I'm going to say copy. Okay, so if I say copy, enter, now it will say, would you like to make a copy of Amy's notebook? Again, this is what you see in those free or freemium models. So now you've done this, you've changed the word edit to copy, and now you submit your link. So I'm going to just make sure it works just because that's how I am. I need to make sure I did it right. So I'm making my copy and it will say copy of Amy's notebook. And then it has all of those things. Now I can go change this to be whatever I want. This is now a theme I can use. And so I could go and I could edit it at the theme level, or I could say, maybe I want to call this ABCD or Winter Wonderland or whatever I want to call it. I can put my title here. I could rename this, and I'm just going to call this theme, notebook theme. And I'll just say teal notebook theme. And this is something you could share with your team and they could all use it and they can make it theirs, or you could all have the same thing. This is the sky's the limit here. So now I would like you to upload that link that you made. So that make a copy link so that that is your submission for the class. That way I can see what you've got. And this is also a good time for you to consider doing a reflection in your portfolio if you have an e-portfolio started. If you don't, happy to help you. And we can create one together if you like. You certainly have one made for you, but it's a matter of building it out, which could be a lot of fun. Thank you so much.